Yo, what's good everybody? Look, the streets have seen some crazy drama before, but January 2026 really hit different when Selena Powell dropped that FaceTime recording of Offset threatening to put hands, and worse, on Stefon Diggs. We talking beat, stripped, shot in the knee. Cardi B's whole universe got rocked. So let's rewind and break down how we even got here. The leak that literally broke the internet. Because nah, the streets ain't never seen nothing like this. January 2026 flipped the script when social media influencer Selena Powell, the same woman hip-hop circles dubbed the Black Widow, released a FaceTime clip that sent shockwaves through the entire entertainment industry. The leaked audio caught Offset real name Kiari Kendra Cephas making clear violent threats toward NFL star Stefon Diggs, who just so happens to be Cardi B's current boyfriend and the father of her youngest child. And this wasn't gossip blog speculation. This wasn't allegedly. This wasn't he said sh. This was Offset's own voice, recorded and blasted to millions within hours. The original X post by Red Media US alone pulled over 3.9 million views, 31,000 likes, and more than 2,000 reposts in just days. The internet didn't just react, it went feral. Powell first dropped the clip on Instagram, but she wasn't exposing just to expose. She wrote, "If anything happens to me, Offset did it. Tired of this grown man threatening me almost every day and got me living in fear cause he owes me 15K plus. I've tried to get my money back for weeks, and all I've gotten is threats." She made it clear she feared for her safety, and she said she had receipts to back it up. The video itself is a screen recording of a FaceTime call between Powell and Offset. Visually, you see the Migos rapper in a dark setting, wearing glasses, speaking with straight-up aggression in his voice. The clip runs about 17 seconds in most reposts, but those 17 seconds dropped enough verbal grenades to potentially reshape an entire divorce case. Sit with that for a second. Beat, strip, shot in the knee. These aren't rap bars. This isn't artistic expression. This was a direct threat aimed at a professional athlete, a man whose entire career depends on the health of his knees. Stefon Diggs, an NFL wide receiver for the New England Patriots, a four-time Pro Bowler known for elite route running and clutch moments like the legendary Minneapolis Miracle, was essentially being threatened with the end of his livelihood. But the mess didn't stop at physical threats. Powell also claimed that in related conversations, Offset disrespected Cardi B's newborn son, allegedly calling the child names and saying their shared daughter. Culture doesn't like the baby. And once you start coming at someone's infant child, that's crossing every line there is. And the timing. It wasn't random. Just days earlier, on January 3rd, 2026, Powell leaked another video, allegedly showing Offset sleeping beside her. That clip went viral too and forced Cardi B to address the situation on live. The streets were already buzzing, but this threat video turned whispers into full-blown chaos. Major outlets like Hot New Hip, Gossip, and even Times of India picked up the story, pushing total impressions past 10 million by January 12, 2026. As of now, there's been no official response from Offset's team. And sure, in past situations they've leaned on misinterpretations, but tell me this. How do you misinterpret shot in the knee? Understanding this explosive moment means you've got to understand the players involved, starting with Selena Powell. Born June 13, 1995, Powell is a social media influencer, infamous for controversy and headline-chasing claims about alleged intimate ties with celebrities. She's sitting on over 3 million Instagram followers, runs an OnlyFans account, and built her name off shock value. Her notoriety really took off back in 2017, when she falsely claimed she was pregnant by Offset, a situation that spiraled into extortion accusations after she allegedly demanded $50,000. Since then, she's made similar unverified claims involving names like Snoop Dogg, Trey Songz, and others, often backed by leaked DMIs or sketchy videos that critics say are more about attention than truth. In 2021, she even served time for a probation violation tied to stalking charges. Lately, she's tried pivoting into pop, but let's be real, she remains one of the most polarizing figures on social media. So when Powell resurfaced in 2026, tied to Offset once again, it felt like a familiar pattern: alleged debts, alleged threats, and public exposure. But here's where things shift. Even if you question Powell's motives, the audio doesn't leave much room to debate. You can't fake someone's voice delivering specific violent threats. You can't AI your way into that level of detail. The sound speaks for itself, and public opinion reflected that fast. Sentiment on X leaned roughly 70% negative toward Offset, about 20% neutral or mean, and only around 10% defending him as just venting. The social media reaction was unlike anything we've seen. Hashtags tied to Offset, Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, and Selena Powell went global, racking up over 15 million impressions within the first 48 hours after the leak.ex became ground zero. One viral post from a college student alone pulled 2.6 million views. Captioned, Selena Powell shares FaceTime video of Migos Offset threatening to beat, strip, and shoot Cardi B's boyfriend, Stefon Diggs, in the knee. The replies weren't jokes. They were alarm bells. Offset needs to be arrested ASAP. This ain't just talk. People were genuinely disturbed. Another viral tweet read, Offset threatens to shoot and kill Stefan Diggs? This will only make Cardi B's case against him easier. Replies echoed the same message over and over. Lock him up before he hurts someone. Over on Instagram, Powell's original post cleared 500,000 likes and more than 20,000 comments, with users tagging law enforcement agencies saying things like, FBI, this is evidence. TikTok duets and stitches exploded too, with creators breaking down the audio frame by frame and calling it straight-up domestic abuse energy. Across platforms, the internet reached one chilling conclusion. Something was deeply wrong with Offset. And this wasn't just celebrity drama. And to understand why Cardi B was seen breaking down over this viral video, you've got to zoom out and look at the long history of emotional warfare leading up to it. Cardi B and Offset's relationship dates back to early 2017, when they met at an industry event and later collaborated on the track Lick. Their first public date happened at Super Bowl 52 by September 2017. They were secretly married in a private Atlanta ceremony, a fact that wouldn't be revealed until much later publicly. That secret marriage didn't come out until June 2018, after TMZ blew the lid off it. And once it was public, the fairy tale started cracking almost immediately. Between 2018 and 2019, Offset was caught cheating multiple times, including alleged involvement with Selena Powell herself. Cardi announced their split in December 2018, only for them to circle back and reconcile soon after. Their daughter, Culture, was born in July 2018, and that alone pulled them back together despite the betrayal. But the peace never lasted. In September 2020, Cardi filed for divorce for the first time amid fresh infidelity rumors. 2 months later, she withdrew the filing after yet another reconciliation. Their son Wave arrived in September 2021, and even then, cheating whispers kept popping up, all while they put on a united front in public. Fast forward to July 2024. Cardi filed for divorce again, this time citing irreconcilable differences, including claims that Offset had impregnated another woman in June 2024. Their third child was born in September 2024, right in the middle of the separation. And as of January 2026, that divorce still isn't finalized, with Offset accused of harassment, dragging his feet on signing papers, and escalating things with threats. That's when the fixation on Stefan Diggs really turned dark. Once Cardi moved on, Offset's behavior toward Diggs intensified. In July 2025, Offset went live mocking Diggs for taking Cardi back, comparing himself to cancer, basically saying he could never be removed. At the time, the streets laughed it off as petty jealousy. Looking back, that was a warning shot. By November 2025, Offset doubled down on his album, calling Cardi a downgrade for being with Diggs. Around the same time, he allegedly demed rapper Finesse 2 times over a video,
claiming Diggs stole Cardi, sparking a public clapback. But the most unsettling allegation came from model Jordan Gore. She leaked messages where Offset allegedly asked her to give drop, street slang for providing someone's location, referring to Diggs as an OP, meaning opposition. In street terms, that's not playful talk. That's setup energy. Offset's team tried to shut it down, claiming the messages were unrelated. Almost nobody bought that explanation. That same month, Offset posted, then quickly deleted, "My kid, LOL," about Cardi's baby with Diggs. His reps said it wasn't targeted, but the internet pulled receipts showing otherwise. What it all points to is this: Offset wasn't just hurt. He was obsessed with his ex-wife's happiness in a way that went far beyond normal jealousy. And Cardi B's repeated emotional breakdowns during this stretch paint a clear picture of a woman pushed to her breaking point. On December 4th, 2024, while Offset was partying in Miami with a new girlfriend, Cardi went live in tears. She accused him of sending threatening texts and involving his girlfriend in harassment, nonstop calls, taunts, and pressure. Her voice cracked as she said she was exhausted. "He's disturbing me. I can't even enjoy my life."
Yo, I really don't like doing the internet. I really don't like doing the internet. But the sad, stop calling me. You need to stop calling me. Because you will f***ing talk to and a mother will play in your face and your face over and over and over and over and over again. And she'll be like, watch what I'm about to do. Watch what I'm about to say. And it's sad that, yo, this mother like to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time.
That level of vulnerability, it's raw, and it's undeniable. This isn't a performance for the cameras. This is a woman who's been betrayed over and over, humiliated publicly, and now forced to watch threats swirl around the new man she's trying to build a life with. Back on September 26, 2024, while pregnant with their third child, Cardi spoke out about Offset's alleged threats, threatening to take back gifts and drag her into an endless court war. Through tears, she said, "You could go to a club and probably get drunk, give them women $2,000. Thank you for my kids though, all 3 of them. I don't regret them, but I regret you." And that last line landed heavy. She doesn't regret the children. She doesn't regret the journey. She regrets him. Then came March 31st, 2025, the X Spaces rant that exposed the darkest allegations yet. Cardi claimed Offset sent disturbing, threatening messages, including implications of murder-suicide and revenge intimate content plots. She completely broke down, saying he was furious because she exposed things to his girlfriend. Her words were chilling. "My life is in danger." And when a woman says her life is in danger because of her estranged husband, that's not celebrity mess. That's domestic terror. By June 1st, 2025, Cardi went live again, visibly emotional during the ongoing divorce. She spoke about the games, the harassment, the nonstop pressure, and in a moment of pure exhaustion, she wished Offset harm. "I hope you get the ending you deserve," she said through tears. Some people tried to label it vindictive, but anyone who understands abuse heard it for what it really was. The cry of someone who feels trapped, cornered, and out of options. That admission right there is critical. Cardi B comes from a culture where calling the cops is a last resort. Snitching is seen as betrayal. And yet, even she, raised by hustlers, forged in the Bronx, hardened by the industry, has hit her breaking point. When someone who's openly anti-law enforcement says she's exhausted from harassment, you know this has gone way past normal celebrity beef. The November 2025 incidents only deepened the trauma. After Offset shaded her newborn with digs, Cardi publicly admitted she was scared. "My life is in danger. I feel threatened." She went live defending her baby from so-called revenge baby rumors, visibly shaken, explaining how the harassment was impacting her safety. Imagine that, giving birth, and instead of healing, you're forced to protect your child from attacks coming from your estranged husband. And that's where Stefon Diggs enters the picture, not as drama, but as healing. Rumors about Cardi and Diggs first surfaced in October 2024 after her divorce filing, with early reports of him being the other man, denied by sources. By June 2025, they stopped hiding, spotted at a Knicks game. Then yacht photos made it undeniable. Cardi later revealed Diggs had been a steady presence during the emotional fallout of Offset's infidelity. In September 2025, Cardi announced her pregnancy, and Diggs reacted positively on social media. Their son was born in November 2025. Diggs, born November 29, 1993, has stayed remarkably quiet amid all of Offset's threats, choosing cryptic motivational posts instead of direct responses. No back and forth, no threats. His reported net worth sits around $20 million, and off the field, he's focused on fashion collaborations with brands like Nike and philanthropy tied to youth programs in Maryland. Faced with chaos, this man chose peace. He chose his family.